Hello, how are you? Welcome to a new show for Mental Health Gaming where we look at the games I've been playing this week and what I do think of them. Um, Hopefully, concentrate on some of the mental health practices on some of them and what they've helped me there. Sometimes it might just be whether I've enjoyed the game or not. So, without further ado, first up we have Noita. Noita? Noita. I'm going to say Noita. Um, Game that's been around for quite a while in early access, PC only. Before I got my PC, which I was quite jealous of because I really, really, really wanted to play it. But no, it has never come into the Switch. It's a roguelike, I suppose, where you delve deep into dungeons and mines and stuff like that. And the hook is every single pixel on in the game is 100% simulated, and it is absolutely fabulous as a game. I'm not overly far into it yet, and I'm not that good at it. But I'm in awe of it every time I play it. Seeing the fire when you create a fire, seeing that fire take over is spectacular. The way it engulfs the screen is just wow. In fact, have a look at it right here. It does a job. It's just you can't help but be drawn in by how wonderful the game looks. And for me, it doesn't matter how good I am at this game. It doesn't matter that I'm barely scratching the surface of it. I'm barely getting off the first level. It's wonderful. There's the usual sort of like roguelike elements where there's some permanent upgrades, and then there's obviously as you go through each run, you'll get temporary upgrades and weapons and things like that, and it works really, really well. But yeah, it's a really, really, really good game, and I'm glad I'm finally getting to experience it. It is out of early access now, and it has got a full release on PC, and do check this one out. Next up is a game that's in early access. And I've tried to play more of this than I originally wanted to. It's ExoCorps, it's an arena, I suppose, an arena-based first-person shooter, deathmatch, capture the flag, that sort of thing that's in it. And the hook on this one is that you've got jetpacks and you can fly around, and there's various objectives as well as the enemies, and you can go undetected based on your heat signature, and the more you use a jetpack, the more you fire, the more of a heat signature is. That sort of thing. And it's interesting. The mechanics are there. It's got some really good mechanics, got some really good ideas. But the issue I've got at the moment is it feels like it needs a lot more time in the oven. It's very bland to look at, which doesn't help. A bland game that's gonna try and sort of get in, I suppose, on like some of like the late 2010s Call of Duty style games, and Titanfall, where there's a lot of like vertical movement in the maps as well. It's definitely not boots on the ground stuff. But it tries to do a job, but for me at the moment, it's a bit devoid of character. But it is early access. It is still early access, and it does work. It does play really well, despite, again, me not being very good at it. I've had eye problems, so my targeting isn't the best. It does have problems, but there's a very, very solid base there. Not one that I would say that you go out and get ahead of time. Like Noita, I think that was one that if I'd picked up in early access, I'd be really happy with that. This isn't one of those. I'll be keeping an eye on it as there's more updates with the game. And it could turn out to be pretty good. But at the moment, no, it's not there, which is a shame. At least that's why I'm not good at it, we'll say. It's still early access, so I've still got time. And last up for this week is the other game I've been playing, and probably my game of the week so far. And that's... I'm going to butcher this, aren't I? It's Scourgebringer. And I suppose it's really if you cross Dead Cells with Binding of Isaac, I suppose is the best way of putting it. You've got the fast-paced hack and slash action of Dead Cells, but with the option, obviously, as well as you get in Dead Cells with something like distance combat using shooty weapons. You can upgrade all the roguelike trappings and things like that, but the rooms feel a bit more like you would get in Binding of Isaac, where there's almost like a structured... I mean, it's obviously it's procedurally generated, but there's a structured set out to it. And then you go through all these rooms to try and find a portal to move on. And then death is permanent, but there are various upgrades you can buy. Again, all the usual things. But what struck me about Scourgebringer is that it's beautiful. A bit like Noita before it. Dead Cells as well, beautiful game. But this is absolutely beautiful to look at. The movement is so fluid. I was jumping in, meleeing, hard hits, shooting, dash attacks, a lot, straight from the off. And it just felt good. It felt good to play. I felt powerful. Now, there are some enemies you get later on, as you expect, that are more difficult. But from the early parts, I felt, I could get into this. It's gonna be difficult, but I know it's gonna be my mistake if I get it wrong. And it is, a joy to play, absolute joy to play, whilst looking really, really good. And I just can't wait to play more of it. Couple of hours in so far, I would say, with it, but just absolutely cannot wait to play more of this. I'm playing it on PC, and I believe it has come out also on consoles as well. This is one where I will pick it up on Switch, because I just want to play more of it, and any opportunity I've got. A bit like Hades, I suppose. It's right up there with Hades as just an amazing game that just draws you in to play it more and more and more. But that's made me feel really good, especially when we're having a bit of a crappy time of it all at the moment. To lose myself in a world like this has been joyful, absolutely joyful. And the more I get to play Scourgebringer, I will stop butchering these names, the better. Absolutely wonderful stuff. But that's it for the week, really. That's all I've really been playing. So I had site problems at the start of the week, or at the weekend. Back in the last week into the weekend. I did have these site problems. And it meant I couldn't really play much. And I've got a lot of games backlogged at the moment I need to catch up on. But 3 wildly different experiences in terms of how I feel about playing them. Noita, I'm glad I've experienced, but that's brutally difficult, but just beautiful to look at. ExoCorps is, I don't know. There's something there, but it's nowhere near there yet. But Scourgebringer, absolutely outstanding. And I do apologise for butchering the name of that one, but it is absolutely outstanding. And another one that's gone up to my consideration list for end of the year, which is ever growing. Been absolutely massive year. So what have you played recently? What have you played? Have you enjoyed it? Anything we should try and cover? What are your thoughts on the games that I've mentioned? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like the video, please do like and subscribe. It really helps us. Don't care if you hit the bell notification. Not bothered by that. But like and subscribe. Find us in all the usual social media platforms. So we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.